Hey, welcome back to the Golden Spoon Podcast. I'm McCall,
I'm Jeremy.
and thank you for tuning in the morning or in the evening, whenever you are tuning in.
You're welcome.
We hope you. This is a long-awaited episode. We did it back in season 1.
Man.
No, wrong. We did in season 2. Yeah, we did this episode in season 2, and this is its part 2. There may be many more parts to it. It's fine. It cuts off like that.
Oh, I wasn't even looking at that.
But this episode is Weird Things People Do, part 2. And so, Jeremy, we we have discussed a lot of things tonight on what to talk about, basically, for this episode. And this falls underneath personal growth. So this is part of the
Does it?
It does. I feel like, when
I haven't
you're
grown
aware
any in my weird things
Well,
since we talked about
you
this
can either add on or subtract. For this.
yeah. You're right. You're right. Use right.
So we talked about lowering the music when you're driving and trying to focus on new places to go. That's a weird thing. You said to me earlier it has to do with anxiety. So
Well, I was saying as a way to correlate anxiety or try to explain anxiety to someone who doesn't fully understand it. They're just like, oh, you're just freaking out a little bit too much about a situation. Well, anxiety is very similar to me giving you instructions on a new place you need to drive. So you're going to get in your car and you have 2 or 3 of your friends in the back, driving down the road, jamming out to some music. They're talking about 2 or 3 different things. But then you get to the point where it's a new turn or somewhere you haven't ever been before. You start having to follow the direction I gave you. More than likely, you're going to tell them, hey, can y'all, settle down for a little bit? You're going to turn the radio down a little bit because you're going to focus on what's your next turn going to be. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to get a, head-on collision or anything while you're trying to look for a street sign. So you're trying to minimize your distractions. So that's just, anxiety is the opposite of that. It's the getting in the car and having to drive to a new place, but not having that ability to turn the music down or to tell the people to be quiet behind you, because it's that chemical imbalance in that person's brain that's, so out of whack now that they need to ground themselves back down to level out their thinking so they can get to that new place. Or, their actual anxiety attack that they're having to pull themselves from a situation. They're actually having to do more work than just turn the music down, because that's something they're not capable of doing. So,
well, thank
I knew
you.
we weren't talking about that, but us saying about turning the music down when going to a new place, I'm like, hey, a doctor described that too, or trying to describe anxiety and stuff to me when I was first diagnosed.
Well, thank you. That's good information. Other weird things in this room, actually, if you look around, or you're seeing in the video, there might be two weird things in the background. So
a little bit of merch.
A little bit of merch. If you're watching on YouTube,
It is the summertime, so we have our T-shirts now available.
Yeah, it's always weird in Alabama, so we may be back in our hoodies, or
that's why we have hoodies
and our T-shirts.
And sweatpants, but no one can see my sweatpants.
Yeah, I mean,
I would stand up, but then people know how tall I am.
Right, I
want to keep that to a minimum because I'm only 5'6".
So what do you want to cover next? Eating habits, guys versus girls.
Red pandas.
I don't think that's on.
I saw one on TV. Sorry, It was beautiful. I love red pandas. Anyway,
or like you walking and talking, never being able to sit down and talk on the phone. That's a weird thing that people do.
Something I never knew I was doing until someone pointed it out. They're like, "Can you even sit still when you're on the phone?" I'm like, "Yeah, just sit down at like a desk and talk on a desk phone or whatever." But then I started to notice it every time I'm on the phone. I'm walking around the kitchen, I'm picking up random things and like tossing them up in the air or something, setting them down, very animated. I'm sure everyone who watches our YouTube channel, every time that I go to talk, I'm constantly animating my hands. If you could tie my hands behind me, I probably wouldn't be able to talk. So I don't know. I never understood why I did that. I think it's easier. I don't know if I ever said this on air, but for me to understand someone or to fully pay attention to someone, I have to do something with my body.
You
So if
told me
I'm-
that. Yeah, you've told me that you have to like
I'm either playing with
twiddle
my
your
hands,
thumbs
shaking
or,
my
like-
leg really bad or something. But if I'm trying to sit still and focus, like, I'm in church or something, and they're like, quit shaking your leg. And I'm like, if I don't shake my leg, I won't pay attention to what's going on.
right, you
Like,
will
my mind
be
will just
jetting across the room.
It'll just be drifting away. I'll be like in the Himalayas climbing a mountain or something while also trying to build a bridge.
Across the river. Yeah.
Yeah.
Itching a scratch is another thing. Yes.
I did that one. Yeah. That I don't know if that's a weird thing people do,
Or if it's a southern thing.
but it's something that really grinds my gears.
Yeah.
People are like, they say, I got an itch, or someone, or I might say, like, oh man, my arm's itching really bad. And they're like, oh, well, itch it.
No.
You can't itch something. You
scratch
scratch
it.
it. If you have an itch, you got to scratch
Right.
it. So you say that hey, you need to scratch your arm,
Right.
not itch your arm, because then it's just going to get more itchy. Sorry, I feel better now. I got that out.
We've talked about this many times on the Golden Spoon podcast. We've talked about a sock and a shoe, sock and a shoe,
Yes.
sock, shoe, shoe. How do you take off your shoes and then your socks?
I
Do you
don't
take off?
because of that. Now
Oh,
that last
God.
episode, I now wear socks and sandals.
But you have to take off your slides. So do you take off both slides and then both sets of socks, or a slide and a sock and a slide and a sock?
Well, first I take off my right shoe, then my left shoe,
And then you
and
take
then
off
I take off.
your left sock and then your right sock?
I don't know. Probably the socks don't matter, because most of the time I'm in a hurry. I'm like about to do something if I'm taking my socks off, like get in the shower, or go to bed or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm in a hurry to get my socks off. I'm not focusing on taking them off. But to reiterate for people that haven't listened to the other episode, when I'm putting my daily routine together and I'm sitting on my bed like a normal human being, I put on both of my socks. I put on one sock and I put on one sock, and then I put on one shoe and then I put on one shoe.
No. You put on a sock and a shoe and a sock and a shoe.
Oh, they interviewed, I think it was Jeffrey Dahmer, and they said,
They did not. Don't freaking tell me that.
they said that
See, I
people
also
that do
I
sock shoe.
You know what? No. I also take off my shoe and then my sock and then a shoe and a sock. So I take off a shoe and then take off a sock.
Do you even sit down to do that?
Yeah.
Man, that seems
That's
one of the weirdest things out of both of these episodes. I still kind of wrap my brain around why people do that.
because it just feels right to me, man.
If
This is a personal growth thing.
I'd rather take the chance of when I drop dead that I have both my socks on at one time, rather than having a shoe and a sock on one foot, and then I'm walking in through the pearly gates limping.
You're not taking a sock and a shoe into the pearly gates. You ain't walking in there like a...
Oh, Peter. Well, who's at the front gates? Peter? Yeah. Whoever it is. He's like, hey, man, where's your other shoe?
He's not going to...
I don't know. Ask McCall.
Ask McCall. He just...
He's
He
the
made
one
me do it.
He's the one that told me to take one at one time.
Do you ever...
I really tried to do it. I couldn't do it.
I know.
I tried.
I know you tried. Do you ever people watch, just like when you're sitting in an area and like...
What'd you say?
people watch.
People. Okay. I thought you said pupil. I'm like, children?
No, people. Like, not a peephole, but like
No,
people.
I don't go to a park and just watch pupils.
No, you freaking freak. People.
People.
As in, like, you go like to the mall and watch just people walk around and do their NPC thing. Like,
That's how I learn the most about people. You got to watch them in their natural habitat.
yeah, watching people is funny. You see them do something random and you're like, didn't expect that out of that person. And they'll just go about their day, and you're like, that was kind of odd to watch them do that.
Yeah, but you feel honored, though. Even though they didn't let you. They didn't give you consent.
Yeah, but they're in a public space.
Oh, I know.
So they're
it's not against the law.
So they're being potentially weird themselves.
Then it got to make you wonder how many people are watching you.
Well, exactly. It brings me to my next point.
That's going to creep me out tomorrow now. I'm going to be constantly looking over my shoulder.
That brings me to my next thing. Are you ever in a grocery store, people watching it, and then you walk by the fruits and vegetables and just start picking up vegetables or fruits and like smelling them? Like, or when you're handed something, do you ever like just smell it?
Not in the store.
Not in the store? You don't pick up like an orange? Oh, I do that all the time. I'm like, oh, that's a good
As
one.
much as I preach about being a person who does not give a flying squirrel about what people think about me.
A flying spoon.
A flying spoon about what people think about me. I do get a little bit weary of what people think, like when I'm in public doing things. So I'll try to be kind of cautious on what I'm doing. Plus, you never know who's looking, you know. Might be that special someone. I'm just kidding. I've had my chances. They came and went.
Don't sell yourself short, Jeremy.
Oh, I do. Remember, I'm 5'6".
No, yeah, so, you know, we have women in our lives, and they wanted
Oh, yeah, I got my daughter. Yeah.
your daughter, your mother, you know.
Yeah, my mom.
A sister,
yeah.
you know.
You're right.
So they wanted us to talk about some things, guys versus girls.
Yeah.
So we probably are about to get into some nitty gritty on weird things that they said some weird things that they do. They like outed themselves.
Don't wash their favorite bras.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't even have a favorite pair of underwear. Like,
oh, is that not a thing for guys?
I think I gave up. After I had kids, I just really had to start focusing on them. I got underwear probably before my kids were born.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure.
I call those my Holy Ghost underwear or my Jesus underwear because they have so many holes in them. They're really, really holy. Spiritual
underwear. I cannot take you. But yeah, they don't wash their favorite bra, and that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm going to quit sniffing bras now.
What? But yeah, I mean, I don't know where to.
Hey, this is a fun episode. We're just going with it.
Oh, girls and guys' bathroom habits. Girls go to the bathroom together, and guys don't do that at all. I found that guys get creeped out when like more than one guy sometimes are in the bathroom. But like if you're at a big function, then guys are just in and out of the bathroom, and there's usually never a line for guys' bathrooms where there are lines for girls' bathrooms.
I find it weird that girls have to use stalls. Men can literally walk up to a trough that's bolted to a wall that like literally exists
Right.
in a stadium here in Birmingham where you just walk up to a concrete wall and there's a metal trough bolted to it and 10 guys can fit right there. No dividers or anything. You're sitting there chit-chatting about the game that's going on. You know, you're at the stadium and just peeing in a metal trough and walk away and wash your hands and go back outside. But they got to go inside of a little box and shut the door, lock it, have their privacy and all that.
Some countries
It's
just
not a
have
spa. It's a restroom. Just get in and get out.
Yeah, but they got to
Go.
check themselves. Apparently, they got to look in the mirror, you know, and they got to make sure they're looking all right. Is what I've heard.
Because peeing is so extreme.
Well, yeah,
That you're
but
messing your makeup up and your
But listen, you go into a bathroom, and what do they put in bathrooms now? They put mirrors. They used to, you know, not have mirrors in
that's true.
bathrooms. Like now we look at ourselves so often. Like,
They're
just
putting them in front of the urinals too, like in some like restaurants and
is
stuff.
this for like?
Like I guess so a man can check himself. Like when he's sitting there using the restroom, he can just like, oh yeah, my beard looks pretty good. And then sometimes I'll have a magazine article or something, or like that week's newspaper from the Sunday paper or something, which is cool. You sit there and read the newspaper while you're,
But
you
it
know,
doesn't take
draining the
that
vein.
long to pee. Like if you can read a news article while you're something, you need to go get medically checked if it's taken like.
I mean, it takes me a while to read a sentence, so I can pee in a sentence. That's not saying much because I have like a fourth grade vocabulary. So as I'm stuttering on the word fourth, obviously it shows. Probably need to be retested. May have dropped down to the third.
Also, eating, I found this very useful or very informative. Guys move their heads towards their food, and girls move the plate towards them and the spoon towards them, and their heads stay where they are. And guys lean their head forward
I would agree
towards the food.
all the way up into the point of my beard being this length. Now I'm eating whatever position doesn't get my beard. Like if it's soup, like I don't want. You're right though. I don't bring the bowl all the way up because it's going to get my beard into it. But yeah, I'm trying to either like do like this, so if anything falls, it falls straight down rather than falling onto my beard. But before, I thought everyone leaned in until. Did we say who said that? No. Okay. Until someone told us different. Now I'm going to pay attention. I got to. I'm going to watch people eat.
I have to like.
I thought everyone like
now.
leaned in to eat.
Yeah, like.
And then you sit back and you chew, and then you lean back in.
Yeah, I didn't know. I definitely didn't know about that. Like guys leaning in and not bringing the food towards them. It's like out here, and they're like.
Do you? This is not really a weird thing. I'm just curious if anybody does it. Do you eat, or I mean, do you drink at all while you're eating?
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah, I do too. My pawpaw, God rest his soul, he wouldn't drink 30 minutes before, nowhere in between, and then 30 minutes after his meal. Because he said it helped with digestion. Digestion. That's fourth grade education. And I mean, it kind of makes sense. And you're not filling your stomach up with liquid so the food can digest properly through all your enzymes and everything. But, like, that takes a lot of discipline.
Yeah, but what if the food is very dry?
I know.
Like, what if somebody,
Maybe
then,
just never order dry food.
well, I'm not saying you ever go over to somebody's house and they intend on cooking dry chicken, but, their chicken can be dry.
Let's just say about 98% of the people that cook chicken dry it out, but I'm not trying to say anything.
You saying I cook dry chicken?
No, I'm just saying.
I cook moist chicken.
Me and you, it's like the only people I've ever met who cook some chicken.
But yeah, like, what if you go to somebody's house and they cook you, like, they think they're giving you, this nice, moist piece of chicken, and you cut into it and it's just dry. I would have to have a drink, like, just to get it down, because you don't want to be like...
Throw my napkin down and I'll leave their house as soon as I taste the chicken.
No.
This is despicable. Uncalled for.
Flip
the table, grab my car keys, and walk out.
Where is the lamb sauce?
Yeah, that's what it needs. It needs some sauce. Girl, this chicken dry. Thing drier than the desert. The desert? That's a
desert.
Safari. That's a Sahara desert. Desert.
The desert. Sahara desert. Sephora, the makeup place.
So that's expensive. Sephora, give us some free makeup.
No, I'm good.
Man, I can sell that. What you doing, man?
Speaking of food and eating habits, something that I've noticed that one person in my family does particularly is not allow their food to touch. They do not like their food to touch. Like, if they have something with liquid, say it's like a vegetable with a liquid, like spinach usually produces, spinach juice. They don't want their spinach on the same plate, and they'll put it in a bowl and other things in a bowl.
I'm not saying if that's bad or good. Only thing I'm saying is I'm not reaching in the toilet and separating my poop back out. Like, why are you even bothering in the first place when it's going to be coming out looking like one thing? Oh, I went there.
I know we're going to go deeper at some point during this. And then another person I know, and this is very weird to just watch her do this, is she deconstructs her food. Like, she will sit there and eat a piece
like
of pizza,
a surgeon.
But she'll take the top of the cheese off, and then she'll open the stuffed crust and peel it back, and then take the cheese out of the stuffed crust and eat that, and then, like, eat part of the cheese and then just the bread with the sauce on it, and like, it's so weird. Or like, she'll take Nutter Butters and split them apart, like the layers, That's good.
And I was like, no, I'd do that.
But that was created to be one whole thing.
Yeah,
like,
I know,
to
but
eat.
it tastes so much better when you separate
No,
them.
it does not.
Oh, God,
you don't
yes,
sit
it
there and
does.
do that to a Kit Kat. That thing is covered in chocolate. You'd have
Yeah,
to like.
exactly. That's why they made the Nutter Butter. You can just break it apart. You got to wiggle it a little bit. It's a little bit of a challenge too. You get to get the whole piece off at once. If you break it, then not so successful.
Now, see, that's weird. That's weird right there.
Let's see, that's another thing I got in common.
Deconstructing food.
Not deconstructing the food, but the Nutter Butter definitely. I only eat my Nutter Butters that way.
Yeah, but there's other food that like gets deconstructed. I'm like, why do you do that? Like, what is the reason?
Like lasagna.
No, I've never.
That's a lot.
I've never noticed with pasta.
You separate ricotta cheese from the sauce. That's impressive. Scooping it out. The whole like rectangular pieces of the pasta.
As my golden spoon scrapes the ricotta off this piece of lasagna pasta.
You write a novel. As I reach for my spoon and scoop the ricotta.
Also, another
I want
thing.
lasagna now.
Another thing under food is when you're at a restaurant and the lady says hot plate, and I know everybody on this watching or listening, you reach for that hot plate. You're like, oh, okay.
You either grab it from them,
Thanks.
or once they put it down and
You
they
touch
walk
it.
away, you try to touch it to see if it's
you're
actually
like,
hot.
Hot plate?
Because if it's not, like, what are you going to do? You going to like say you're not going to pay for your food or something, or call? Oh, it's not hot. Like,
Not
no,
hot.
you're not. Like, but we still do it. We still touch the hot plate.
Yeah, and they get the. I know that guys, at least you and I, we've burned our fingers off basically.
Yeah.
You know, with all
No-
the
no
years of
feeling.
playing with fire and everything. So like when I go to reach for a hot plate, they get like scared, and I'm like, no, I can grab it.
Oh yeah, I've moved pans that like recently came out of an oven. They're like, oh man, we got to put something on the stove, and I'm like, all right. And they're like, here's a pot holder, and I just like grab it and move it. And they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah.
Couldn't feel that.
If it was hot, I would have dropped it.
Right. Oh my goodness. What else? Oh, yeah. Another thing is the way you face the shower head in the shower. So, do you usually face the shower when you're washing your hair just directly on with the water coming down? I know a lot of girls will wash their hair and then turn back and lean their head towards the faucet while looking at the other wall.
Yeah.
You do that?
Yeah, and before, I used to have long hair. So before I had long hair, I would like, you know, shower like this and then like just tilt my head. Just tilt my head.
Right.
And then I know people that's like listening can't see what I'm doing, but if you're on YouTube, you can. And just like wash my hair that way. But now I do like, you know. But then when I'm done washing my hair, I turn around and, you know, handle everything else. Wash. Here's another thing. I don't know all people
Start
do
at
they
your head.
wash your hair first, then
Yeah.
your face, and then your body? Because that's what I
You
do.
have to.
There are actually a lot of people
What do you mean? What are
who
you about to
wash
tell
their
me?
body first, then wash their hair
Why?
last. I don't know. Some people say because they can put conditioner in their hair.
You leave
But
the conditioner in the entire time you shower.
I shampoo, wash my face, put conditioner in, because then like if you try to wash your face with conditioner, you'll like get it in your eye. But then you put the conditioner in after you wash your face, wash your body, then rinse the conditioner out last, and it's like it's sat in there for at least 5 to 10 minutes.
Extra, yeah, and then
Yeah.
your hair is so soft
And in the
after
beard
that.
too.
Oh, yeah, in
it's
the
got
beard?
to the link that you got to put conditioner in the beard.
No, but I know a lot of people that do the backwards thing. I just face the shower and like tilt my head and then wash out my hair. Yeah, but people wash their bodies first and then no, you got to start from head to toe, like head to toe. That's
Yeah, because if you don't, you're washing dirt back on your body.
yeah. I mean, if you then wash your hair,
That's like washing your tires on your car first and then washing your car. No one would do that.
no.
So everyone needs to wash their hair first, then wash their body. If not, you need to start washing your car the same way you wash your body.
Oh, and I learned recently that the women that are currently in my life, which is my mother and sister,
We're not calling women out, by the way.
we're not. These are things
We
that
just
they
try
have.
to find more women things because we talked about men things last time.
Right.
We're
So
including women.
right. This is, you know, we're inclusive as possible, you know. So I learned that they actually spray perfume on their hair if they haven't washed it in a couple of days. Like,
Yeah, I heard them say that. That's beautiful. Beautifully weird.
beautifully, beautifully weird is what he said.
I've used dry shampoo once when I had 20-inch long hair, probably longer, probably almost 30-inch long hair, and my hair kind of got like greasy. And then I was married at the time. She's like, "Here, did you send this dry shampoo?" And I more used it because I was intrigued of what dry shampoo was and what it would do. So like I squirted some in my hand or whatever and like kind of just put it through my hair. And it does like kind of dry the oiliness out. But I didn't ever really use it after that. I just washed my hair.
Yeah, I usually wash. Now I usually skip a day, wash my hair, skip a day,
Yes,
wash my hair,
always.
just to let to not wash all those natural oils out every day.
As I said, the same thing. The natural oils is better for your hair than the shampoo and conditioner is.
Right. And I usually try to always shampoo and condition my hair and my beard and everything, like just so it, stays soft and not too wiry.
I'm just trying to think. You shave before you get in the shower, right? Like trim your beard and then get in the shower.
Yeah, if I were to trim.
Yeah. So it washes all the little hairs out and everything.
Yeah, I usually try to do that while it's dry. Because if it's wet, cutting hair is like can't.
Do you brush your teeth and then floss, or floss and then brush? I think we talked about this last time.
We had a discussion about it.
I don't know if it was on an episode.
I usually brush my teeth and then floss.
Me too.
And I know some people who floss and then brush their teeth. That may be.
I kind of I've been down both roads for like a few years because my argument was like flossing first, then you can brush like where you flossed out, so it's like it cleans it deeper. But then I don't think it really matters.
I just usually do what my dentist does, and they usually brush your teeth when you go to the dentist, and then they floss. Everything.
To be perfectly honest, I think like half of it's all made up anyway. I mean, do we have to use toothpaste, really? Like, can we not just brush our teeth? Is all this toothpaste and different brands and all these chemicals actually required? Yeah, flossing may or may not be required. But, I mean, I think a lot of it's just like a push from the dentist field to try to make more money. Says the guy who probably has horrible gums and may lose his teeth, like, by the time he's 50. So brown.
Oh, no.
They're so brown because I drink probably 6 or 10, 6 to 8 maybe not 10 pots of coffee a day.
Yeah,
not cups.
It's fine. You got it. Your kidneys are screaming at you.
Who?
The non-existent.
What are those? Those hollow spots in my back.
Also, do you change your eating habits around other people that you're not used to? Like, go to somebody else's house and you may eat.
Yes.
You may
eat
3 pieces of bread at home, but you only eat like half of one.
Believe it or not, I actually sit up straight for some reason whenever I'm eating with other people.
Really?
Yeah. When I'm by myself, I'm like just kick back, slouched in the worst posture position ever to eat, like just shoving my face. But when I'm eating at people's house, I'm like grabbing my fork and like engaging in conversation and stuff. So fake when I eat. I need to be more real with people when I eat.
I know when you're
make that change in 2023.
I know when you're over at our house, you're just like,
yeah, you're our family though.
Yeah, but like, at like a function or something like that, you just change your eating habits like that. Like, I'm gonna be a little bit more proper. And
I mean, to me, especially if your mom's present, but even if your mom's not present, like it reflects on your upbringing, like from your mom and your dad. So if you're sitting there just like grabbing, a chicken leg and just like biting it off and throwing it down and then like spooning up some mashed potatoes with 2 fingers and eating it, they're like, dang, what were you raised by?
My mama.
I was trying to think of a crazy animal, but I
wolves.
couldn't. Yeah, wolves, alligators,
flamingos,
dinosaurs. I feel like they don't eat properly, especially the T-Rex with its tiny arms.
I got a big head, little arms.
But yeah, so I always feel like I
So,
need to look better in front of people.
are you
while
saying that
eating.
people should do better at their eating habits,
Yes.
or just be honest, be their honest
I
self,
think
and eat the way they do in front of everybody?
no. I think everyone should
Should
continue being fake as
Oh my God,
flip
no! Don't
while they're eating.
no.
Yeah, because it makes me really uncomfortable when someone's over there like, and I'm like the most delicious steak ever, and I'm sitting here trying to enjoy it, and you got like Billy Bob Thornton over here. Oh crap, that's an actor, ain't it? I just called him out. I'm just kidding. You're not like a horrible heater. I don't know why your name came to my head. Yeah, for some reason, that was like a redneck name for me. But anyway, you got like Billy Bob over here. How about that? Let's just leave off the
There we
last
go.
name.
Okay, yeah.
Over here eating with his toes and trying to pour gravy and shit. And you're just like, ugh. Nah, I'm going to take mine to go. Appreciate it.
So you're saying that we should all continue to be fake as hell?
Maybe not be fake. Maybe we just all need to have good
Better eating
etiquette.
habits. Yes,
Yeah.
better etiquette. That's a good middle ground. Not be
Yeah.
fake as hell, but like,
And I'm glad that we've worked on our profanity.
what are you talking about?
So many times I've reworded what I was going to say because I'm trying not to be as bad-mouthed. I'm not trying to have a potty mouth.
That's good for you, Jeremy.
I am.
You're
I
good
mean,
for you. Yeah, you are. I would
I'm
hope
R.
so.
I'm R. I'm R good for me. Thanks, McCall. I RM.
So you ready to dive into some nitty gritty stuff? Some,
Oh, yeah, go
some
ahead.
kind of disgusting stuff. Some people may think
Give it to me.
that are weird human habits. First one is popping pimples.
Yeah.
What do you think on popping pimples?
Oof.
I find it disgusting. I was always taught never to pop your pimples.
I really just wanted to be a good professional guy, but I pop my pimples. But I don't really like as much when other people are popping my pimples.
I just don't like anybody popping my pimples
I
at
don't
all.
want their
I just-
dirty fingernails like they could have like been playing in Dookie water or something, and then they go to pop your pimple and then you get infected. Like I know where my fingers have been.
Right. Maybe. After you
Maybe.
wash them.
Yeah.
And so then we get into bathroom habits.
Mm.
So this is the dark of the things, the darkest of the things.
I poop first and I stand up and pee.
What?
I'm just kidding. I knew that would throw you for a loop.
That was a left field comment. I was like, what in the actual?
No, no, I do it all in one take.
So we had a poll, and I feel like 90% of people look while they
before
wipe.
you flush. Oh, I thought you were talking about flush.
Well, looking at the toilet paper before, like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I think 90% of people.
I mean, you got to. I feel like a lot of people don't want to admit it. And
Yeah, I
this is
feel like a
where
lot of people don't want to admit it, but
we just got to get. Everyone needs to get their laundry out there because we all know we have dirty laundry. Because if you don't, that means you're walking around everywhere naked, which is illegal in some states. So we know you got dirty laundry. We know that you glance out the toilet paper because you got to make sure. I mean, who's just going to sit? Like, how do you know when to stop?
correct.
That's the argument I had with someone. I was just like, if you don't look at it, then what are you doing? Do you just wipe 10 times and then like call it quits? Do you wipe once and then just get up? Like it gave me so much anxiety when I was talking to this person
Yeah, I haven't figured my watch would have
because they
gone
didn't
off.
want to admit it.
Well, yeah, I figured my watch would have gone off. You know, it's like almost falling off of a waterfall. Yeah, and that's how much anxiety it would give me if they said I only wipe once.
Yeah.
It's almost like falling off a waterfall. What about checking before you flush?
Yep.
I feel like 100. You have to turn around and face the toilet, right? Would you not?
I mean, you look at a cake when you pull it out of the oven, so what's the difference? What's the difference?
I think the cake looks better and it's a better treat.
But you got to know how successful you were.
But
Like, you got to be able to get up and be like, am I eating right? You know, is it floating? Is it sinking? Because you know if it sinks, that means you don't have enough fiber. So
Well, that if it's
it's
floating,
really a health thing.
it is a health thing.
I mean, we're not trying to be gross. It's a normal bodily function, and I feel like you need to do. I mean, you don't have to Sherlock Holmes it or anything. You ain't got
Right.
to. It's a evidence bag or nothing.
I
like
found
that.
out there's a thing called a poop knife, and I really don't
What?
don't even
No.
want to get into
No.
that. Like, no.
I'm just talking about a quick glance before you hit the old flusher.
Exactly. Like, there are people out there who purchase poop knives, and I'm like, that's a little weird. That's a little weird. Not going there.
I don't even use a knife to cut my chicken up. Why the hell am I going to buy a knife to cut my poop?
I don't know that it's a product out there, and I was like, I don't think I'll be investing in that product.
And what's
ever.
bad is that people are making money off of that.
You're right.
There is someone out there making more money than me right now because they made a poop knife.
Yep.
We should make a poop spoon.
No.
You said no.
Hell no.
No.
Hell no. Sorry, no.
You said it's a golden spoon, not the brown spoon.
Yeah, exactly. You're damn right about that. Oh my goodness.
So, I can't think of anything else.
I can't either at this point. If you have any suggestions on an episode 3 of this.
Yeah, we're willing to do episode 3. Hey, do you know that when you get a guy to hold up, like say, hey man, hold up 3, they either go like this or, they don't ever go like this. Women do that for some reason.
With that?
But guys, yeah.
Yes.
Guys are like,
3.
yeah, like that.
Give me 3.
Or they do like this.
3.
Like, I don't know where that came from. I saw that.
I don't either. That's
It's
just like
I saw it on the internet, so it's true. It is verified
verified by 2 people right here.
by the internet.
No, just by the golden spoon.
Yes, it's verified by the Golden Spoon.
Give me 3. But if you have any suggestions for an episode 3 of this, or you want something that you might do that people might think is weird, please comment or direct message us if you don't want other people seeing that out on the internet. Please direct message us at the Golden Spoon Podcast at outlook.com.
And we'll screenshot it with your name and post it. I'm just
we
kidding.
won't.
I'm just
No, we
kidding.
or direct message us on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. We'll respond to any of those. And make sure while you're there on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook to go like, follow, maybe even comment what you liked about the video and what you didn't like, or what you liked about the episode, what you think we should add. So without ado, we'll talk to you later. I'm McCall.
And I'm Jeremy.
And this is the Golden Spoon Podcast.